Welcome to the Influencer Marketing Blueprint, where we teach e-commerce brands the three-step formula that drives revenue, not just likes. I'm Cody Whittick.
And I'm Taylor Lagasse, and we're here to guide you to influencer marketing success. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone. We are back with another episode, and I am back alone. No Taylor here once again. He's still on his honeymoon. I don't think he'll ever come back. He probably won't. It's too good. The honeymoon is just too good to him. But I am here solo, and for video viewers, no shirt, no pants, feet standing in an ice bucket. It is just so hot here in California. And I am completely kidding, by the way. I think a lot of you probably just went to YouTube to see if that's true. What a way to start an episode, by the way, just teasing nudity, I guess. But today we're not going to be talking about the weather or how football season is upon us. I am stoked about that. But in other news, we're here to talk about, nonetheless, influencer marketing. So we're going to be talking about things such as the top 10 reasons why influencer marketing doesn't work. And real life quotes of brands that have come to us on the phone and said these following things. And I think they reflect reasons why they haven't worked for their individual brands and products, and hence why they're coming to Kinship looking for help. So hopefully these are going to be reasons and stories that you guys can relate to, or actually hopefully not. Maybe you haven't realized this, but ways that you can avoid these things in the future and this type of thinking. It's going to be philosophical reasons in a way, also executional. And I'm not sure if executional is a word. I might have to Google that after. But ways that they've failed to execute different strategies. So I think a lot of this is the core thing that you guys are wanting to avoid is doing influencer marketing wrong, or you've felt these particular things. You might relate to 1 to 2 of the reasons why it doesn't work. But we're just going to jump right into it, and I'm going to have stories along the way. And then a clear call to action at the end is just coming to Kinship for ways that we can help you. And so the clear call to action today is just a free consulting call. I will have directions for you at the end as far as just how we can help you, especially by the time you listen to this. We're going to be well into, not well into, but right on the precipice of Q4 starting. And so that's typically when a lot of you, and that was the last episode that I talked about, it was just BFCM and holiday. You guys are going to be thinking about influencer marketing or maybe testing it for the first time. So how can we be helpful in making sure that you're doing it right and doing it the right way, leading into the biggest quarter of the year? So let's get a drum roll. I feel like, sports hosts do the top 10, ESPN top 10, but this is going to be top 10 fails. So number 1, noise. And the quote I use for this is, do you guys do whitelisting? And so whether it's whitelisting, TikTok spark ads, discount codes, all the above, all the one-trick ponies out there convincing others that they're missing X or Y strategy. I would just say success is not overnight, and influencer marketing is no different than every other marketing channel. You got to be able to diversify, test, scale what works. But oftentimes there is so much noise in our industry into, okay, this is going to be the one trick pony that scales your influence marketing program. You got to work with this influencer, this type of influencer. You got to do whitelisting because that's really going to be the thing. Back in the day, it was, well, don't give them a discount code, have them put the link in bio. It's always something new. Today it's TikTok. Everything is TikTok, very clickbaity. So that's oftentimes the number one reason. Not necessarily number one. These aren't like in ranking order, but one of the reasons that people are coming to Kinship or just really looking for help is just there's so much noise and they don't know what to do. And so there's there's these one trick ponies out there convincing them that all they're missing is this particular strategy, when in reality that's not the reason. So number two, inertia. What we've always done stopped working. And so I always paint this scenario of just in 2016, I was obsessed with macro video testimonials for Kalo. It crushed until it didn't. um, there was past success, there was proof of concept until I got addicted to that drug. And so past success does not equal future success. And so I was going out to all these different macros, celebrity talent, to try to get as many video testimonials as possible for Facebook ads. And it crushed for a while until it didn't. And so the example today is, get on TikTok. Ride this TikTok wave while you can. The prospects of virality are real. You should definitely be investing in that channel, whether it's posting your own individual branded content or working with influencers on the platform. I would definitely spend time there, but be prepared to pivot and pivot quickly when it stops. So don't let inertia lead you into bad influencer marketing decisions like I did back at Kalo. Number three, exhaustion. So the quote is, we've used CRMs, UGC platforms, etc. So I'm hoping you can bring a better result. And so the scenario is, this brand owner is just coming to us exhausted. They've tried so many different things, hence the noise, telling, hey, do X or Y strategy. So they try all of them, the 4 or 5 different ones, and then they stop innovating, they stop testing. And so they just come to us with like, can you just do it? Or hopefully you can solve our problems. And that's why it leads to it not working, is because they don't actually have a strategy. They're just constantly responding. They're reactive to the next Twitter thread, the next thing that people are talking about on LinkedIn about doing this particular strategy. And they do it once, see it doesn't work, and then they're constantly trying the next one. So that can be very exhausting. It can lead to influence marketing not working. Number 4, vanity. I'm sure you've heard, if you're listening to this podcast, we definitely harp on the lack of importance of organic metrics. But the quote is, we got a bunch of likes, but we didn't see any uptick in sales. I'm shocked today how many brand owners are still coming to us with that type of thinking, or at least communicating those things. The newsflash here, guys, is they aren't correlated. Like, it's, the example is like optimizing for traffic within Facebook on a Facebook ad campaign. Optimizing for traffic, you're going to get what you're looking for, and you're going to get a bunch of traffic. You're not going to get a bunch of sales. The platform is going to produce the result that you're looking for. And so a vanity focus will lead to a vanity result. So I'll just ask you guys, like, what's your goal within this channel? And it should be, at the very bottom, it should be sales. I've said this before, the 3 things that you judge influence marketing on is, 1, are you growing the pool of people that love your brand and product? 2, are you populating your content library? And then 3, are you generating sales? That's how you judge influence marketing. None of those things include vanity. Number 5, quick fix. The quote would be, our website wasn't ready when we had her post, or hit him or her post. So the scenario is, they don't have all these necessary things. And Taylor and I have talked about this on a previous episode, and just when should you start, or when should you invest in influence marketing? Well, the quick fix is that you think that, this post or working with this particular influencer will solve all your other problems. No marketing trick will fix other things or fix things that other channels are responsible for. So influencers can drive traffic all day long, but I can't help you if you have inventory issues. So you need this foundation set up first. You need to be thinking holistically about, okay, how are all hands, hence all marketing channels, pulling on the same end of the rope? to pull on the same direction? How does your influencer marketing tie in with your landing pages when you run that influencer content on Facebook and then drive to your influencer landing page? And then when the customer goes to the influencer landing page, they see that same influencer that they saw the content on. It's synonymous. It's working in the same direction. But at a basic level, your website is very important. Your branding on Instagram is very important when you reach out to influencers. So these things, influence marketing isn't going to be a quick fix and isn't going to solve all your other pain points or all your other problems within your marketing channels. Number 6, one-off. The quote would be, we had a major collaboration with XYZ celebrity and couldn't afford anything else. Again, very shocked that people, and also not shocked at people that are still, shelling out lots of money for a big celebrity because they think that the Kardashians of the world or the big time athlete is going to change their brand overnight. And yeah, they are in reality looking for that quick fix. All these kind of reasons pair together. But this one's related to all other previous points, right? Like you have a vanity focus. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe it might have worked a couple of years ago. Maybe it's just the noise that you keep hearing that it's going to work. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Break down the celebrity into subcategories. And we've harped on this as well. Don't work with a celebrity from the jump. Let education lead you to that decision, and hopefully years of evidence, and also micro influencers proving concept to work with a celebrity tier influencer that represents those micro influencers. Number 7, bells and whistles. So the quote would be, we have an affiliate program, employees managing it, but it's not driving sales. So this particular, brand or someone listening to this, you have all the tools, you got the CRM, you got all the apps. So what I would say is a Rolls Royce, beautiful car. I have 3, no time to drive them. Completely kidding. A Rolls Royce is just art until you have a driver behind the wheel, right? It's just something pretty to look at. And what I mean by that is, another way of saying it is, like, a hammer is a tool. A handyman is actually the one that can actually utilize that tool. So let's just try to keep it simple. There's so many, typing in, Googling influencer marketing platform, influencer marketing tools, you're just going to get lost. There is so many, and rightfully so, because influence marketing is a massive, massive industry. There's a lot of people constantly entering the market with the new and best tool. So what I would say for a lot of you that are listening, that influencer marketing is probably a small part of your marketing mix. You don't need all these things. You do need resources. You do need to commit, and I'm going to jump into that, but let's keep it simple. Just get going, test more. Number 8, no time. The quote, we want to do it, just don't have the resources to manage it. And maybe you have managed it in the past with a lack of time. I've said before, influencer marketing is the sexy channel. It's the channel that you have time for, or you think you don't have time for, but you try anyway. That's the huge issue. It's that sexy thing that always is shining. It's shiny object syndrome, right? So just like setting up your Facebook ad account is one thing, like just launching it, but having someone run it, source content, write ad copy, etc., are completely another thing. So what I would say is, don't think anything different with influence marketing. You're gonna reap what you sow, and one person can't manage it all. But when you first get started, they certainly can, to get you in the right direction. And so you got to be able to have the resources in place if you are going to invest in this channel. What I hear a lot of times from brand owners, and just conversations that I have all day long with different people, is they're getting going. But then they don't have the resources to just see it all the way through, because there's outreach to new people, there's maintenance of the current influencers that you're currently working with, et cetera, et cetera. So number 9, confusion. This is kind of tied in with noise, but the quote, "I've seen so much advice on this channel, I just have no idea where to start." And I really sympathize with you guys as, the noise and confusion that's out there. But let's just think about it this way. Would you refuse to date because there's a ton of dating advice? So don't overthink influencers at the same time. Like, let's just think about what's a great strategy to start. Hopefully you've listened to this podcast, you know exactly how to start, aka seeding the influence marketing pyramid. So how would you start building relationships with anyone in life? Get the product into their hands, start providing them value, reach out relationally instead of transactionally. And number 10, the addiction. Quotes that I hear from very authentic and they mean well brand owners, but can you guarantee ROI? Love that question. No, we can't. And anyone who does is just getting you to play in a zero-sum game, right? No marketing agency should be guaranteeing any result, guaranteeing a ROAS, guaranteeing a CPA, things of that nature. Influencers no different than every other marketing channel. ROI takes time. Just like when you first start email campaigns, you don't just get thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales from first email campaign. You got to start and iterate after that. So what I would say is commit to 3 to 6 months and then reevaluate. Give yourself a timeline to judge success and then reevaluate at that time. And commit to a strategy that you think is not the one-off posts, is not all the bells and whistles. The strategy is not buy a CRM or buy an influencer discovery tool, and that's going to solve all your problems. It's not. You still got to have the resources in place. But once you do have these things in place, you have your brand website dialed in, commit to 3 to 6 months and see what you're going to do. And what we would suggest is doing influencer seeding. If you have the COGS to afford that, even if COGS are a little bit higher and you can only reach out to 10 or so influencers a month, that's the best way to start relationships and go from there. So like I said, to review, these are the top 10 reasons. Number 1, noise. 2, inertia. 3, exhaustion. 4, vanity. 5, the quick fix mentality. 6, one-off posts. 7, all the bells and whistles and tools. 8, they have zero time. 9, there's a ton of confusion. And 10, they're addicted to ROI. And if it's not going to produce ROI right away, they're not going to do influence marketing. And so they give up and maybe it doesn't work from there. So like I said at the beginning of the episode, we want to get on the phone with you and offer a free consulting call. So the way to do that is you will reach out through our website or DM me on Twitter at Cody_Wittick and reference this episode, and we can schedule some time from there. Whether you reach out through the website or through through my Twitter on a DM, just reference this episode, and we'll happy to get on a call ahead of Q4 to get you in the right direction, how to be as helpful as possible. This will not be a pitch. This will be all about your brand, the problems you're facing within your influence marketing, and how we can come alongside you guys and help. So next time you hear from me, you also have my co-CEO and right-hand man with me, hopefully, unless he simply doesn't come back from Costa Rica. Until then, I'll be here with you guys, and let's have a great Q4. Thanks for listening, everybody. All right, that's all for today. If you'd like some help developing your influence marketing campaign, go ahead and DM us on Twitter. Links are in the description. Or you can head to kinship.co to learn more, and you can book a call there. That's KYNSHIP.co. At kinship.co, you also find tools, templates, and resources, all designed to help you grow an influencer campaign that drives visibility and sales, not just likes. Thanks for tuning in as always, and we'll see you next week.